Good day everyone and welcome to our presentation.
In this video, you are going to learn about implementing change through organizational development, planning and managing organizational change, what are the communication strategies for change initiatives, how to address resistance and building support, how to measuring and evaluating the impact of change.
What is organizational change? Organizational change is the process by which an organization improves its performance regardless of the type of organization. When is organizational change effective and why? Organizational change can be a challenging process that affects everyone in the organization and takes time and commitment to take effect. The critical success factors of organizational change are: first, support and readiness for change among members of the organization. Second, consensus and commitment among all members of the organization about its vision, goals, and values. Third, leadership support for organizational change. Fourth, involvement of members and staff in the change process. And fifth, clear communication throughout the change process to all members. How to plan and implement organizational change. Having reflected on the organization's strengths and weaknesses and identified the opportunities for change through an organizational performance analysis, the next step is to plan relevant actions and intervention. Reflecting and modeling the future. During this phase, a facilitator guides members of the organization to reflect on the findings of organizational performance analysis and develop shared and credible scenarios for the future. This is a discovery process, and typically appreciative inquiry techniques and visioning exercises are used to reveal the vision, needs, and wishes of the people in the organization. This is the chance to create consensus and commitment among members of the organization for the change process ahead. Setting up the organizational change process. Having agreed on the vision and identified the goals, the organization is ready to create a structure that ensures the conditions are in place to start implementing change sustainably. This requires putting in place work processes dedicated specifically to the change process. Importantly, the structure should ensure that high-level support is maintained throughout the change process and that a strong change team is in place to take charge of the whole process. Implementation. This is the phase where projects and initiatives can begin. These initiatives may look to improve business processes, for example, or at addressing the organization's working culture. It is crucial here to put in place a tracking system in order to monitor the progress of the change initiatives and learn about any adjustments required to keep the change process on course. Moreover, keeping all the members of the organizations informed and where possible involved is very important for the success of the change process. 4. Integration. Integration means that the change has been assimilated into the organization's work processes and identity. The success of the integration relies on the success of the previous phases. According to the Noster model, there are 5 key elements that are required to successfully navigate change in an organization: vision, skills, incentives, resources, and an action plan. Missing one of these elements can sometimes result in false starts or frustration.
Managing organizational change is the process of planning and implementing change in organizations in such a way to minimize employee resistance and cost to the organizations while maximizing the effectiveness of the change effort. Leaders must align people with the reason for the change, often working against long-standing habits and beliefs. Organizations are more likely to succeed in their change management strategy when they proactively plan change initiatives and engage employees before, during, and after the change process. 7 ways leaders can effectively manage change in their organization. Put people first. Successful change management prioritizes people. People fuel change and sustain its momentum. Change initiatives fail when the people involved don't understand, believe in, or engage in the change. Work with the change management model. Leaders are up against company culture, organizational momentum, and human psychology when enacting change. Change management models help leaders connect business strategy to action, which increases the likelihood of success. Empower employees through communication. Communication is an essential part of effectively managing organizational change. A vision for change is only as powerful as the communication that supports it. Effective change management communication provides clarity to why the change is needed, mobilizes employees with a sense of urgency for the change. Companies fail to drive meaningful change when they fail to communicate. Active leadership. A recent ProSci survey cited active and visible executive sponsorship as the top reason change initiatives succeed. Leadership impact on change management is well understood. The problem is that many leaders don't understand the vital role they play in change. Educate leaders on their roles and you'll enable them to advance change successfully. Make change compelling and exciting. Employees can better understand the rationale behind a change when organizations prioritize purposeful, clear, and consistent communication. This target communication strategy provides the context to understand the why, how, and so what of the change. Pay attention to high and low points of momentum. There will be both high and low points during change management initiatives. Leaders can proactively manage and leverage these points in time. During the high points of change, leaders should celebrate wins to fuel momentum. At the low points, leaders can reset communication strategies to listen to employee input and build trust and support. Being proactive helps leaders manage momentum for the greatest success. Don't ignore resistance to change. Change resistance is poisonous to an organization's transformation. Resistance is much easier to encounter when it's identified early. Leaders should pay attention to the signs of change resistance, including inaction, procrastination, withholding information, and spread of rumors. Communication is the key to identify resistance. Create feedback loops with employees like survey, feedback channels, and input session to proactively identify signs of resistance, then take fast action.
What is change in an organization? Organizational change refers to the process of modifying various aspects of a company's internal operations. This change could involve altering the organization's strategies, processes, procedures, technologies, or culture. The aim is often to improve efficiency, adapt to new market demands, comply with new regulations, or take advantage of new opportunities. Essentially, it's about evolving to remain competitive and relevant. Change can have far-reaching effects, impacting everything from day-to-day operations to employee morale and the overall direction of the organization. Lewis suggests that effective communication is essential during times of change, as it ensures that employees are informed, involved, and prepared for what lies ahead. Day-to-day communication in the workplace is vital for clarity and coordination. According to Dureski, managers use communication not just to share information, but to coordinate activities, motivate employees, provide updates, and discuss plans or opportunities. Why is communication important in an organization? Effective communication is important for the development of an organization, where effective communication is fundamental to an organization's growth and success. It ensures that everyone is on the same page, working towards common goals and aware of the roles in achieving these goals. Functions of management. Communication is the backbone of management functions like planning, organizing, motivating, and controlling. Without clear communication, these functions can't be performed effectively. Basis of business activities. Both written and oral communication skills are critical. They form the basis of interactions within the company and with external stakeholders. Good communications ensures smooth operations, problem solving, and relationship management. Spray and pray. Give the information and hope it will be sifted by employees. So this strategy involves sharing as much information as possible with employees and hoping that they will understand and make sense of it. It lacks guidance or direction, leaving employees to interpret the information on their own. This can lead to confusion if not managed well. Underscore and explore. Give out basic information and give employees the freedom to fathom the puzzle. So in this strategy, management provides essential information and then encourages employees to ask questions and explore further. This approach promotes engagement and understandings, as employees are given the freedom to delve deeper and discuss the change. Tell and sell. Give out only what management considers relevant. So management shares selected information that they consider relevant to the employees. After presenting the information, they try to persuade the employees of its benefits. This approach limits employees' access to information and may not always address their concerns fully. Identify and rely. Wait on the concern of workers and address them appropriately. So this involves waiting for employees to express their concerns or questions about the change, and then addressing those issues directly. It's reactive and relies on employees expressing their concerns openly. Withhold and uphold. So this approach involves sharing only limited information with employees. When questions or rumors arise, management only provides the standard response and doesn't share more details. This can cause employees to feel uninformed and lead to a lack of trust, as well as more rumors.
Addressing resistance and building support. Change is an essential aspect of organizational growth and adaptation. Implementing change within an organization is often met with resistance from employees and stakeholders. Without effective strategies in place, resistance can hinder the success of change initiatives and delay progress. This topic explores the importance of overcoming resistance and building support during the progress of implementing change. Communicate the why behind the change. Resistance to change often stems from a lack of understanding and uncertainty about the reasons behind the change. It is crucial for an organization to effectively communicate the rationale and benefits of the change to employees and stakeholders. By providing a clear, compelling explanation of why the change is necessary, organizations can minimize resistance and build a shared sense of purpose and commitment. Involve employees in the change process. Engaging employees in the change process is vital for creating a sense of ownership and buy-in. When employees feel included and empowered, they are more likely to embrace the change and actively contribute to its success. By involving employees from the outset, organizations can tap into their expertise and leverage their support to drive the change forward. Address concerns and provide support. Resistance often arises from fear and uncertainty about the impact of change on the job security, roles, or working conditions. It is crucial for organizations to address these concerns and provide support throughout the change process. This can be done through open and transparent communication channels, one-on-one discussions, and providing resources and training to help employees adapt to the new ways of working. By addressing concerns and providing the necessary support, organizations can alleviate anxiety and build trust, enabling employees to embrace the change more readily. Celebrate quick wins and milestones. Change implementation can be a lengthy and challenging process. Recognizing and celebrating quick wins and milestones along the way can boost morale, build momentum, and reinforce the positive outcomes of the change. By acknowledging and rewarding progress, organization can motivate employees and demonstrate the tangible benefits of the change. Celebrating successes creates a positive atmosphere and encourages continued support engagement throughout the change journey. Continuously evaluate and adapt. Change is a dynamic process, and organizations must be willing to continuously evaluate and adapt their strategies, regularly assessing the progress, collecting feedback, and making necessary adjustments ensures that the change remains aligned with organizational goals and objectives. By demonstrating a commitment to continuous improvement, organizations signal their responsiveness and willingness to address concerns, further strengthening support for the change. Why resistance and building support important in organization? Understanding the importance of managing resistance and building support in an organization is crucial for effective change management. Here's why both are essential. In the importance of managing process, first, we prevent project failures. Is crucial in managing resistance because project failures can have significant and far-reaching consequences for an organization. When resistance is not effectively managed, it can lead to disruptions, delays, and ultimately the failure of the project, resulting in wasted resources, increased costs, and lost opportunities.
By proactively addressing resistance, organizations can minimize this risk, ensuring that projects proceed smoothly and align with strategic objectives. This not only preserves organizational stability, but also fosters a more resilient environment where future changes can be implemented more successfully.
successfully.
Enhances implementation is critical in managing resistance because it directly affects the success and effectiveness of change initiatives within an organization. Effective resistance management smooths the transition process by addressing concerns and obstacles that might otherwise hinder the adoption of new systems, processes, or strategies.
In turn, this facilitates organizational agility and innovation, helping the organization stay competitive and responsive to evolving market conditions.
Boost morale and engagement is vital in managing resistance because high morale and engagement significantly contribute to a positive and productive work environment. This increased morale helps to mitigate feelings of frustration or anxiety that often accompany change, leading to higher levels of motivation and commitment. Engaged employees are more likely to actively participate in the change process, adopt new practices, and contribute to the success of initiative. Encourages constructive feedback is crucial in managing resistance because it provides valuable insights that can improve the effectiveness of change initiatives and enhance overall organizational performance. When resistance is openly addressed, employees feel empowered to share their perspectives and concerns, which can reveal underlying issues or potential flaws in the change process. This feedback serves as a critical tool for identifying problems early and making necessary adjustments, ensuring that the change aligns better with employees' needs and organizational goals. By fostering an environment where constructive feedback is welcomed and acted upon, organizations can refine their strategies, mitigate resistance, and build stronger support for the change. Importance of building support. First, facilitate successful change implementation is crucial in building support because it directly impacts the effectiveness and outcomes of change initiatives within an organization. When support is cultivated among key stakeholders and employees, it ensures that the change is embraced and active endorsed, which significantly improves the likelihood of a smooth and efficient implementation. Supportive individuals are more likely to engage with new processes, offer constructive input, and contribute positively to the transition, reducing resistance and minimizing disruptions. Enhances organizational resilience, crucial in building support because it strengthens organizations' ability to adapt and thrive amidst change and uncertainty. When support for change is effectively cultivated, it creates a foundation of stability and trust, enabling the organization to navigate transitions with greater agility and confidence. Improves performance productivity. It is vital in building support because it directly contributes to the overall efficiency and effectiveness of an organization. When employees support and actively engage with change initiatives, they are more likely to invest their effort and enthusiasm into new processes or systems, leading to improved performance outcomes. This support translates into a more motivated workforce that embraces new challenges with a positive attitude, resulting in higher productivity levels and better quality of work.
Ensures long-term success is fundamental aspect of building support because it establishes a stable foundation for the organization's sustained growth and competitiveness. When support is effectively nurtured, it helps embed changes into organizational culture, making them an integral part of daily operations. Support also fosters a proactive and collaborative environment where employees are aligned with the organization's goals and are more likely to contribute to continuous improvement and innovation. By securing widespread support, organizations are better positioned to adapt to future changes, maintain operational efficiency, and achieve their strategic objectives over the long term.
So let's proceed to the measuring and evaluating the impact of change. Quantitative metrics, which have financial performance. One of the most tangible indicators of change impact. Organizations often track metrics such as revenue, growth, cost savings, and return on investments following change initiatives. Employee productivity. Metrics like output per employee, cycle time, and task completion rates provide insights into the effectiveness of new processes or technologies. Customer satisfaction. Customer-centric changes impact customer satisfaction and loyalty. Customer feedback and repeat business rates help gauge the success of customer-focused initiatives. Qualitative assessment. Employee surveys and interviews. So dito, conducting surveys and interviews with employees provides valuable insight into their perceptions of change. Observations and case studies. Observations by change agents or external consultants witness how employees adapt to new processes, collaborate, and exhibit behavioral change. Culture and values alignment. Cultural transformation involves aligning organizational culture with strategic goals. Assessing cultural shifts requires qualitative analysis, balancing short-term and long-term impact. Short-term metrics. Organization often focus on immediate outcomes post-change. In the long-term metrics, true change impact emerge over time. Long-term metrics might include employee retention, sustained productivity gains, and organizational resilience. Benchmarking and industry comparison. So, benchmarking is comparing organizations' change impact against industry standards or best practices provides context. Industry comparison is an industries differ from their response to change. Feedback loops and continuous improvements. Feedback mechanism. Establishing feedback loops ensures ongoing evaluation. Regular pulse surveys, focus groups, and town hall meetings allow employees to express concerns and suggest improvements. Learning from failures. Analyzing failed initiatives provides valuable lessons. The methods of measuring organizational development impact. There are several methods to measure the impact of organizational development. This includes surveys, interviews, focus groups, and performance metrics. So surveys are commonly used to gather data on employees' perception of the organization, their job satisfaction, and their commitment to the organization. Interviews and focus groups can provide more in-depth insights into the employees' experience and perceptions. And the performance metrics, on the other hand, can provide objective data on the organization performance. Evaluating the impact of change. Define your indicators. So, before you start monitoring and evaluating the impact of the change, you need to define what you want to measure and how. So, you need to identify the indicators that reflect the objectives and desired outcomes of the change process and the relevant, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Number 2, collect your data. Once you have defined your indicators, you need to collect the data that will allow you to measure and compare them. You can use different sources and methods of data collection depending on the availability, reliability, and validity of the information. So after that, you have to analyze your data. After collecting the data, you need to analyze it to identify the patterns, trends, and relationships that show the impact of the changes. So you can use different tools and techniques of data analysis depending on the type and complexity of the data. Report your findings. It is the final step of monitoring and evaluating the impact of changes is to report your findings and recommendations. You need to communicate the result of your data analysis to the relevant stakeholders such as managers, employees, customers, or partners. You need to present the findings in a clear, concise, and compelling way using different formats and channels such as reports, presentations, dashboards, or infographics.
That's all. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, guys.